What's happening, everybody?
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
Welcome back to The Married Life with Beth and Greg. I'm Greg.
I'm Beth.
And that is Beth. She's amazing. You know why? Because you put up with me on a regular basis.
Man.
Goddamn. So,
Uh-oh.
some of you guys may be able to tell, like, there's telltale signs around the set.
Yeah, do you want to move these?
No.
Okay.
It's already on there. Like, it'll tell you kind of like, give
Time
you
of year.
time of year. Right?
Right.
That's okay. Because it takes
Hey,
us.
I'm yawning.
Oh, man.
I took a nap.
I bored you that much
I did.
already. It's
I
been
took a nap
fucking
like
97
an hour ago, and I
seconds.
haven't quite snapped. I didn't mean to take a nap. I fell asleep on the couch.
You haven't circled back?
I haven't circled back, but
You
I've
haven't
already
pulled
had my energy.
You haven't pulled a Jen Psaki and circled back? No? You know who Jen Psaki is?
No.
She's the communications director for President Joe Biden.
Oh, so she has to fix everything.
No, she's the circle back girl. Anyway, let's not get into
We'll
politics
have
on this
to
one.
talk about that
This one
off
is
air.
called The Married Life. Thank you for joining The Bar is Open with Beth and Greg. I am Greg, and that is Beth. I just my
Bars open with
amazing
Beth and Greg. Married life.
co-host over there. So we want to talk about it takes work. So really,
It takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two to make it out of sight. That's all I
thank
got.
you.
And we don't want me saying much more
And
than
scene.
and
Yep. So really what it comes down to, like what we try and do with some of these things is just like the bullshit that we go through.
right.
And we do it, everything happens to us all the time. Like we go through all the feels on a regular basis. We're like everybody else.
We're just normal people.
We're normal people living normal lives. Literally, I sit right there and I work there.
We're a 9-to-5er.
I'm a 9-to-5er. And I sit right here a couple hours a week. And you sit right there. But so we're gonna give an example. And you can go into an episode of The Bar is Open. The last 5 minutes of this show.
Do you know what
It
episode it was?
Episode 144. Right?
Yes.
And
Cow farts and ninjas.
Cal Farts and Ninjas. And I absolutely fucked like an hour and 20 minutes of show that was great and it was fun and we were having a great time. And I fucked the whole thing up.
Yeah, you did.
Right? Explain why.
Because you pissed me off.
Go into detail.
So we end our shows with a feel good every show, just something to make people smile, laugh, happy, cry, whatever. Bringing in humanity back, trying to help be part of the movement to bring humanity back into people's lives,
Normal lives. Yep.
into the human race. And mine was a really sweet story about a 11-year-old whose best friend surprised him by being in the car when he came to get his ride home from school. Kid like melted down, and you absolutely fucking ruined it by being a complete drunk smartass.
I wasn't. Yeah. Well, both of the things are true. So the first step in accepting that you're an asshole is to acknowledge you're an asshole. Right? So, no, you're 100% right. And there's nothing I can say. It was like,
you are often a smartass. You're not very often an asshole. But when you get in that mode, you are like, I'm like, who are you right now? Like, can you bring the real Greg LaMontagne back and take this one and never bring him back again?
It happens from time to time, right?
From time to time, not very often.
Not very frequently.
That's why you're still alive.
Yeah.
To be
So,
honest.
but it comes back to, we had a conversation. It wasn't a long-lived kind of thing between us. She was pissed. She's like, fuck you. I'm done.
I don't stay mad though.
No, and neither do I. But what happens between you and I? We talk. We talk.
Here's what happens.
Okay.
You act up. I get mad at you.
Like
I get mad at you for like 2 minutes, and then I just leave you alone.
And then I apologize.
Pretty much, and then you're like, I'm really sorry. It was a butthead. And I come back to you and say, if you would think about it before you would do it, you wouldn't have to apologize. You're like, you're right.
Yep.
But you're also like,
it sounds childish, but it's true.
It is true. You are a dude. Excuse me. You are a dude, and men are still boys, no matter how old they are. Just kidding. Not really. For real.
Just kidding. Not really for real.
But
that's a fucking straight quote.
Huh?
That's a good quote.
Oh.
Just kidding. Not really for real.
There you go. Write it down. It's a
Anyway,
shirt.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm gonna toot my own horn though and say that I'm a pretty laid back wife. Like
Fuck yeah.
I don't get
I'm
angry.
lucky.
I
Yeah,
don't. I don't demand
It
shit
takes
of
a
you.
lot for me to piss you off.
It does. It really does. And so when you do, you're like, yep, I just skinned that
I
cat the wrong
fucked
way.
up.
Yeah. Because I think I like listen to my friends sometimes and they're like, and I can't believe he did this and I can't believe he did that. I'm like, well, why are you asking him to do that? Like,
Or why don't you just ask him to do something different?
or just
Or,
tell
like,
him that you
Between
don't.
you and I, like
you know?
you're like, hey, you're being a fucking dick.
Right.
That's what we're kind of getting at this episode, right? Is like I don't have to like. It's rare that I don't think I've maybe once or twice in our entire relationship that I'm like, that was a dick move to her. It's always this direction. And hey, and I'm not. This
And
is
most
not,
of it is because I'm so laid back that I just go, okay, babe.
and it's not because I'm being like, what do you call it, like self-deprecating or something like that. Like, I'm just a dick sometimes.
Sometimes
Right.
something just crawls up your ass and it like flicks a
And it
light switch and I'm like,
Pisses me off.
who are you right now? And you snap.
Right.
You snap.
Snappy.
And
So
then I just let you do it and I give you the eyebrow.
right.
And
So
I
how
say-
do we deal with it?
And I say, okay.
So what's the normal
Greg.
standard of us dealing with stuff like this? What do you think? I mean,
So
like in your opinion.
it depends. So there's two ways we handle it. Depending upon what it is. Sometimes I'll have my moment and then I'll leave it be. And especially if we have people around, I'll
Like,
leave it
what do you
be.
mean? You'll have your moment, or
I'll
have my moment.
with what you're doing.
Okay.
I'll get like frustrated with
Right.
you. And then, so like, here's the perfect example. Last night, so frustrated with you when the show was done, but we had people over. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to let this go. I'm going to
we
go
literally
enjoy,
had people
I'm
like
gonna go
downstairs,
go enjoy this evening.
and they were
then,
watching the show.
Right? They were like, oh, Gregory's in trouble. And then after everybody was gone, it's just you and I in
Then
the
we have a
kitchen.
conversation.
You were in rare form last night. Like you even were, as you were
Yeah.
you were annoyed with life last night
Yeah.
for some reason. And so I just told you, I was like, hey man, what you did was uncool and you made me feel like my feel good wasn't important. And you were like, oh man.
No, you're right, 100%.
And then this morning
I literally
again,
woke up at 6:30 this morning.
not because of that,
No,
just because you
well,
couldn't sleep.
Yeah,
but and then when I got up later in
later
the
on,
day,
when
you're
you-
like, hey babe, I'm really sorry. I
Yeah,
watched
no,
the show and I was a
But so
complete
that's
dick.
part of the thing with like, as you get older,
A successful marriage.
a successful
Is
marriage,
Being able to say, yep, I screwed up.
100%. Yeah, I fucked up. Like, but not just being like, I was right. No, because I wasn't right.
Here's the thing.
I pulled a dick move.
Even when we, each of us,
and I
mess
don't
up,
mean like it's just one of those things.
for the
like,
most part, our fuck ups aren't like major fuck ups.
no,
They're
it's just like
annoyances.
annoyances.
Yeah.
Like we don't like, yeah. Like Beth and I hang out at the house. We live together. We're here working
the time,
24 hours
yeah.
a day together.
But we also like each other, so that
and
helps.
we're lucky with that. Yeah. So we're really lucky that we
Get along so well.
get along very well. We complement each other. Just, like yin yang kind of compliment.
No, totally.
Is what I mean. Not like, oh, you look really nice today.
No,
Sometimes we don't even see each other for fucking
all day till the end of the day.
Yeah.
Between my
Like,
work,
oh,
all my meetings,
hey,
and all your meetings, we
I
might
think I'm
pass
married
each
to
other
you.
going to grab something from the
Right.
fridge for lunch.
Right.
And then we'll see each other finally at dinner time after we've all done our workouts and everything.
Right.
But
So why do you put up with me?
because you're a good man.
Well,
Because you you're a good man.
I'm gonna cry. God damn it! You can't make me cry on every one of these fucking things.
You're a good man. You take your responsibility of being a good husband to heart. It's not just something where, I got married, I love you, now get over it.
Okay. Say it's not me. Like, it's just, would you? I guess this is just kind of for like everybody else. Like, what would make you? Is that what it is? Is it because of like the history with us that you're willing to put up with my bullshit, or is that the right way to put it? I don't know
what
if
you
that's
mean by the history, like how long we've been together, or
Yeah,
things we've been
like-
through,
yeah.
or no, that's not.
if you. So talking to other people, right?
Mhm.
If you're looking out into the crowd,
Audience,
the audience, right?
the listeners,
And you go like, all right, young ladies that are 20 years old, or
Don't get married.
22.
don't get
No,
married
don't
yet.
you don't have to be married, but just it's part of like
Well, you have to.
being in a relationship, right?
Part of part of being in a good relationship is respecting each other.
And there's a reason I'm asking you this specifically, and you're not asking me this.
Because I've
is
been married
Well, no.
previously,
because
or
I'm asking this very specifically because from a guy's standpoint, it's
Right.
like I can be a dick and I can get away with stuff. And that's very stereotypical, right? And I'm just stereotyping that. But from a female perspective, in my mind,
right?
I look like I want you to protect yourself from being taken advantage of
Right,
or
right.
something like that. Does that make sense?
Well, I think I was just about to say I don't allow you to be a dick.
No, right. And that's a great
because
point.
I have enough respect for myself to be like, I don't have to put up with this dude.
So
And
I think that's the key point is
but here's
respect
the
yourself,
thing.
and then like I don't need to
got
put up with this
married.
bullshit.
The first time I got married 5 weeks out of college. The first thing I would say is don't ever get married
5
until
weeks out of college. Please.
I'm so happy that a lot of people are waiting later and later. They're waiting till their late 20s, middle 30s to get
Yeah.
married because at 25, you still don't know who the fuck you are.
When did we get?
I got married
30.
at 24. I'd been out of college for 5 weeks. I did not have a job. I had a place in College Station, but my parents
Yeah.
paid for it. I had never been an adult. I had no business getting married, but that's what everybody did. You go to college, you fall in love, you marry your college sweetheart.
Not me. I said,
The
fuck
ex
all
and
that. I bucked that system.
The ex and I lived in 2 different towns the whole time we were engaged. If I would have lived with him, I never
And
would have
we did,
married him.
right?
And we did. That was part of like I was like, I'm
Remember
living-
your mom was like, you can't,
No.
Mija, you can't live with him.
This is not how
This
you
is
were
not.
brought up. Yeah.
And then you got a tattoo
and I told
on
her-
your lower
I
back.
did. I got a
and
tramp stamp and
The end of the world happened.
and I told her that if I would have lived with my first husband, I wouldn't have married him.
You think so?
Not in a million years. Yes, I totally would not have married him.
But all that
but
wouldn't have led
here's the
to me and her.
Here's the thing. I didn't have enough respect for myself to
okay, cool.
expect him to respect me. And so when I went through my divorce and I started thinking about dating
Yeah.
again, I was like, I, no matter what, am first.
100%,
You can
right?
be in love with
Yeah.
somebody, but you still have to be first in yourself.
See, what-
because
That's kind of what I was asking you, and that's why I kind of like probed that question. I'm not trying to be like, what do you call it? What's where you're like very male.
antagonistic or
No, like-
chauvinist?
Chauvinist. I wasn't trying to be
right.
chauvinistic or whatever. But
Right.
I'm like, yeah, it's.
Well, I can't respect you if I don't respect myself, and the same thing is true for you.
But what is that? Like just like confident in yourself, in knowing yourself.
I don't even know if it's
that what it
confidence in
is?
yourself. It's loving yourself enough to know that you are worth people. I don't want to say putting up with.
Like you know
But-
what you're worth with, and you deserve respect.
Right.
You deserve respect.
Right.
That's sometimes I fail on that once in a while. Right? I'm like, fuck you. What? And I don't
And
say
you don't mean
fuck
it
you.
to me.
No,
I mean, you
but
just
it's just like, fuck this situation.
fuck
whatever,
this shit.
whatever
Yeah.
it is. And like we both do it to each other every once in a while.
Right.
And you do it to me too. I'm like, I'm not,
I just
promise
think
you,
we go
I
different
love
ways
my
of
wife
getting it done.
very, very, very much.
Like you're very vocal about it, and I'm more like, whatever. I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
okay, babe. I'm not doing it, idiot.
right, but it's standing up for yourself. And again, I don't want to call this as like a woman power kind of moment, but
No,
it is just like a guy intuitively.
I think we grew up in an environment for so long where the men earned the money and had the respect, and the women stayed
And
at
now,
home.
You were the
women,
breadwinner. We
the women
talked
stayed
about
at
this
home
in
and
prior.
took care of the family.
Yeah.
And so she listened to him, and now we're in an environment where that has 180'd.
Literally,
And-
for us, it literally for years
Yeah,
180.
Yeah.
Like between you and I,
yeah,
you were the breadwinner.
right,
But it never came into our
right.
conversation.
Dynamics,
like,
yeah.
it
no.
never like we always put our money to whatever.
But
And I always and I
You-
still love the fact that you're a boss ass bitch, or what do you call it?
boss bitch.
Badass bitch or whatever you call it.
My bab,
A bab.
badass Beth
Badass Beth, right?
or
And-
badass babe. Yeah,
Yeah. And that's awesome. So again, it comes down to like I fucked up.
right.
I owned up to it pretty quick.
You're pretty good about that because I don't bitch.
long time ago. Not
often.
I don't want to say a long time ago, like maybe 10 years ago, long time ago, whatever. I'd be like, I'm not gonna. And then like recently I'm like, no, I can fucking own up to shit in like 5
You
minutes.
would own up to it even then, but it took you a lot
That's what I
longer
mean.
to get there.
That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
now I'm just like, I fucked up. Sorry, babe.
You're just,
All right,
I mean,
hug
we're,
it out,
we're good for
kiss.
each other in the sense that even when it took you a long time, I'd be like, he'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And I would just leave you alone.
So patience and respect of each other, I
So-
think, is like,
Yeah. And
I think that's
patience.
number
Patience
one.
is huge. You're going to annoy each other. You can't be
we both go
together
through shit
24/7
all the time.
and not have a bad day that you say something that's just the straw that I'm like, I'm going to murder you right now.
Like,
or
get the fuck out.
please don't look at me because
It's
I'm
not
going to
get the
punch you in
fuck
your
out of
face.
my face. It's more like, just leave me alone for fucking
It's
10
more like,
minutes.
I need you to fuck off for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I love you, but go away.
Go sit in the garage, Greg.
Right. Or
Beth, go read your fucking book.
right. Or go to one of us go to
Or
the
whatever it
gym.
is.
Or
Yeah.
you know, whoever's in the bad mood,
Yeah.
go.
And that's
exercise
kind of
that
like
out.
that's a good note to everyone. Like, go to a Barnes and Noble.
Go
Fucking
somewhere else.
go just if you need a break, even if you have to separate yourself. I'm like, hey, we don't. It would be comic. I don't want to call it comical. It would be abnormal for me to be like, I just gotta go for a drive.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what are you
What?
doing? Like, because I don't do that because we're again. But if I told you, hey, I'm having a really hard time,
And you've said, I am angry today. I've got to go to the gym
Yeah.
for a little while. I got to go.
just punch a fucking punching bag.
Yeah.
Or
Work
do
pissed
something.
me
or
off.
or
I'm just short tempered. The dogs are making me angry. I'm just going to go work out. Okay, babe, have a good workout. See you when you
hour
get
and a
back.
half later, different
Right as rain.
fucking
Yeah.
perspective on
Different
that. Right?
mental
Yep.
set, you know?
Right. And for everybody else, that's kind of why we're doing the married episodes, right?
Right.
Is to kind of we don't
have it
kids.
right. Well, we don't have it right, but we've figured
We don't have
out
it right,
shit.
but we figured a few fucking
yeah,
little
and
things.
It may as well.
Been together for 17 years,
I
18
was trying to figure it
years
out. It was
almost.
like
97?
2006.
Was it 97?
No,
Oh
2006.
shit! Jesus
we got
Christ,
married.
We got married. in
We got
97.
2005 and we
97.
got married in 2007. You're
Oh
pretty.
jeez.
You're pretty.
Hashtag math.
Hashtag math. Hashtag memory.
We got married in 2007.
Hashtag
we
losing
got
it
together
already.
in 2005.
Yes. October of 05.
That's 16 years. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Just,
Yes.
we just need to get like the dude, like
That
with all the
flashes it up,
numbers,
yeah.
right? So patience, and then lastly, it's being humble with each other and accepting.
Don't be afraid to admit you were wrong.
No. God knows.
A lot of people continue to fight even when they know that they screwed up.
Dude,
They'd rather fight it out than admit that they were wrong, and that's stupid.
it's
Because
stupid. It's
not
a waste
nobody.
of time,
Nobody keeps
energy.
score. We don't keep score about who was wrong
Yeah.
more or who was right more.
You're 100%. You're right. Fuck. God damn it. No, but you're right. No, that's exactly it, right? It absolutely comes down to that. It's like, be humble about, like, if you fucked
But
up.
also, when
own up
somebody
to it.
comes to apologize, don't be a dick or a bitch about it. Like,
oh, yeah.
when you come to me, I'm never going to be like, that's
Don't-
right. That's
Don't
right.
humble
You did.
brag.
You did screw up. Just be like, okay, I appreciate you having this conversation with
that
me.
Accepting, like,
Yeah.
it's not, it's like, I fucked up. Sorry, I fucked a neighbor. But whatever.
I mean, I
I'm
don't
so
quite think
sorry.
it's going to be
I'm
that
so
calm.
sorry. She was super hot.
I don't think it's
oh,
going
wait
to be
a
that
minute.
calm.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I didn't fuck the neighbor.
All right. She's too grumpy. She wouldn't
yeah,
anyway.
he's like smoking Marlboro 1000s. I'm fucking like out. But
She'd be like,
nonetheless,
you're not my type.
yeah, you're,
She sounds like
like-
Marge's sister.
you're not my type.
She sounds like Marge's sister from
Yeah.
The Simpsons.
Sorry to all the.
Yeah, that was rude.
Is it?
I mean, not
She's a
really.
bitch. Anyway, but just be how to ruin a perfectly good conversation in
In
4
3
seconds.
minutes.
But it comes down to, it's just like it is being respectful.
Yeah.
And I am respectful. And they've got the greatest goddamn golden retriever
They
next door.
do. And we are nice to them. They just, she's gone through some shit and it changed her, according to her
Probably.
ex-boyfriend.
Anyway,
But, so I think it's just being important that when whoever is the who's offended,
offender, it's not even that.
offender,
It's just
it's
being
just
like if
whoever
you're a
started the fight,
dick-
whoever started the fight or
Yeah.
caused the fight comes to you. Don't be like, that's right, bitch. No. Okay. Thank you for.
you don't need to own anybody.
And I don't
like,
even have to say thank you. I just say, love you, babe.
love you. That's it. Like, I'm sorry. I normally come up and you're like, how do you do it?
Huh.
Show me. No,
Hmm.
show me.
Huh.
And she gives me these eyes. And she's like,
Do I make that noise?
oh yeah, every fucking time. Right?
Huh. Hmm.
Like, oh, you're wrong, motherfucker. And you're gonna come over here and you're gonna
In 2 hours, you're gonna be like, babe,
fuck. And
babe,
I'm gonna be like, God damn it.
babe.
Now I need to buy her more flowers. Fuck. So that's it. That's all we know about making up.
It's
And
hard.
then go have good
it's
sex.
fast. It's
Go have
fun.
good sex.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's fast.
It's fast.
It's fun.
It's fun. It's like having good sex.
Yes.
Right?
I mean, it kind
It's
of
hard.
fits that too. It's fast.
Fast.
It's fun.
Reverse cowgirl, guys. That's it. That's all I know. All right. Love you guys. This is The Married Life with Beth and Greg.
Bye, guys. Love
Cheers.
you.